Welcome into Lady Wildcats softball. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we're on home field tonight, and it's the second game in 3 days for these Lady Cats, having beaten Carlsbad in a thrilling one-run victory on Tuesday night, right back here against Dexter, a 3A team, and looking to improve from 5-4 to hopefully 6-4 under head coach Stephen McCraw. So this game was supposed to have started at 7 o'clock, and on the way up here, which we were on time.
We were detoured slightly.
We were detoured slightly, and then on the way, we got word that this game was actually starting early, that Dexter showed up early and that they were going to start at 6:30 instead of at 7 o'clock, the actual scheduled start time for this game. So we're here as quickly as we could, and now, yes, the teams have done their warm-ups, and they're being introduced out on the field. So we'll go ahead and run down the lineups as well for you and the players, starting with our visiting Dexter Lady Demons in blue and white, just like our home Lady Cats, but under head coach A. Duran. Batting first will be number 7, J.C. Sanders, playing second base. Batting second will be number 3, Alani Tarin, playing third base. Batting third is number 2, Teta Flores, playing shortstop. Batting fourth is number 11, Maddie Miller, playing catcher. Batting fifth is number 1, Kaylani Navarez, who is pitching. Batting sixth is number 4, Ezra Vanderboot, who is in left field. Batting seventh is number 5, Candace Miles, who is playing first. Batting eighth is number 6, Jaya Dodgen, who is in right field. And batting ninth is number 8, Isabella Aguilar, in center. Your reserve players, number 9, Citlali Jimenez, and number 10, Melody Duran. That's the roster, the lineups rather, not the roster, for our visiting Lady Demons. For your home Lady Cats, batting first is number 17, Leslie Corral, playing shortstop. Batting second is number 2, Delilah Reese at second base. Batting third is number 6, Zimri Ellis in center field. Batting fourth is number 1, Bethany Tavera, who is catching. Batting fifth is number 23, Johanna Ochoa, who is at third base. Batting 19 is Nini Hernandez in right field. Batting seventh is number 21, Bailey Garcia in left field. Batting eighth is number 12, Braylon Hernandez, your designated player. Batting only, not in the field, at least to start the game. Batting ninth is number 3, Shaylin Dunlap, playing first base. And then 10, of course, not batting a flex player, but playing is number 11, Jezere Quiroga, your starting pitcher for your Lovington Lady Cats. Your reserves or bench players are number 4, Aubrey Rivero, number 8, Zinari Carrion, number 13, Ivory Lopez, number 15, Zoe Ellis, and number 10, Zoe Blackwell, who is injured, so will not be playing. So those are your lineups, and we're getting just about ready for the national anthem and then the start of this game. TJ?
Sorry, was checking something in the background. Didn't want to get that blood over. So, all right, they're doing the national anthem, so we will be right back for the first pitch as Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball. And it is another home game. This is a treat for Lovington fans who came out in full force on Tuesday to watch Lovington defeat Carlsbad, a 5A, always solid team. And now here against 3A Dexter, again posting a pretty solid season so far as well for a team, Dexter and Hagerman both, but they always manage to put together strong teams in most sports, TJ.
Yeah, 6-1 on the year, and they took it to Portales in their last games. They run-ruled Portales both games, so looking to pick off another team from Lovington's district. And I think somebody forgot to give Coach Duran the rule that says the visiting team has to wear the opposite color. So both teams wearing white and blue pinstripes.
Right.
So both teams in the home whites here tonight. Yeah. And they were both blue pinstriped, so that's going to be a bit odd. And I think somebody forgot to tell Coach Duran, too, that numbers must be contrasting colors because he's got white numbers on the white unis with a very light pinstripe around them.
Right.
And I actually heard from an official, Ty, and he said he thought they weren't really going to start enforcing that until next year.
Oh, really?
But,
okay.
But that it is in the rule book, but they had kind of a grace period of a couple of seasons to get that fixed.
Well, I noticed that not all the unis have that white number, that light number. Some do have the contrasting blue, but not all of them. And it will be a little bit confusing out on the field with the teams in such similar uniforms tonight. So we'll do the best we can and get this one underway in just a moment. I thought they were all done with their warm-ups, and suddenly, they're back
Suddenly
out.
We've got 10 more minutes of warm-ups.
I don't know. And we've already had
Dexter's ready to bat. So
and we've had the national anthem.
And the coaches have met with the umps.
Exactly. And now it looks like they're going to break up and go ahead and get out to their positions. And the team's going to go ahead and huddle. The infield will huddle up, and then we've got this one ready to go. First pitch will be in just a little while, of course.
And Dexter's one loss on the season came to Loving, actually.
Wow.
Powerhouse in 2A, and it was a 1-0 game, but I think they've pretty much run-ruled everybody else they've played.
Yeah.
Now, other than Portales, not sure they've actually played anybody other than Portales and Loving, but we'll see how the Lady Cats do. A very young Lady Cats team taking on an experienced and powerful Dexter team.
And in the circle, with the first pitch coming in, and it was a strike. So a strike. First batter up, J.C. Sanders, playing second base for Dexter.
Quiroga getting the start tonight, the eighth grader. She got the save in the game Tuesday.
And that's a nice pitch. It looks on the outside corner. This is the same ump who was, I think, behind the plate on Tuesday night, and he does call the corners. He's very consistent. He's a little more liable to stretch that outside corner on right-handed batters than he is on left-handed batters. Oh, and there was a really inside pitch, but, man, Sanders teed off on it really early.
Please don't hit the gray knee, son.
And was way in front of that and fouled it off, curled the bat around, I think, 3 times and fouled it off behind our broadcast booth up here in the center bleacher. So the count is 0-2 now on Sanders, leadoff batter for Dexter. Oh, pretty pitch, and yes, she leaned on it. Sanders leaned but didn't offer, and the ump called that without a doubt. So first out, strikeout, getting a little leadoff batter. Got to feel good when you're a young pitcher out in the circle starting for Lovington. This brings up number 3, Alani Tarin, the third baseman, up to bat. So strikeout number 1, out number 1, nobody on, and Tarin at the plate. That's going to miss just a little outside. Good movement on that, though, and good speed. I like that. She just needs to bring it in just a bit. And Tarin did not even offer on that. So,
of course, watch for anything hit to the left side of the infield. With the sun going down, it is right in that left side's eyes.
It is going to be a little tough to pick up if you're in shorts, at shortstop, third base, or out in left field. That's going to even things up 1-1 now. I like what I'm seeing early on out of young Desiree Quiroga. Solid line drive shot out to center field, and it goes over the head of Ellis. She stretched up for it, could not get it. Goes to the fence. She makes the throw in, and it's a good throw, but Tarin on second base in scoring position with a ringing double.
And that was just a case of she got the pitch she was looking for, a fastball with not a lot of movement, and took it right over the head of Ellis. Ellis actually took 2 steps in before she realized it was going to sail, and by that time it was already over. She goes back on it instead of coming on forward on her first step. She may have a better shot at that, but it'll be a one-out double with Flores to the plate.
Tata Flores, shortstop for Dexter, and the first pitch is in, and that's going to be just a bit low and outside. Miss the corner for ball one. 1-0 the count, 1 out, 1 on. That is Tarin on second base as Dexter threatening to score early, and Lovington really needs to shut things down, worry about the next 2 outs. Beautiful pitch. I think that hit the inside corner, and yes, the ump agrees. So that is going to be a 1-1 count now. Nice pitch for Quiroga. You've got Dunlap at first, Ruiz at second, Corral at short, Ochoa at third, Bailey Garcia in left, Ellis in center, and Nini Hernandez in right for your Lovington Lady Cats. And to swing and fouled off, out of play, off to the right behind the Lovington dugout. That will send it to a 1-2 count now. If Lovington can get out of this without giving up a run, to get in the dugout and get their own bat swinging, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to, how they want to start off against an aggressive Dexter team. As you mentioned, I mean, they are 6-1 on the season, and a lot of proven talent on this team.
Of course, they had a doubleheader last year, and they split the games here at Lady Cat Field.
And the pitch comes in. It's a grounder, a hot one. Ruiz fields it, picks it up, sends it over to first for the out number 2. So 4-3 in the book for the second out. But it does move Tarin over to third and brings up Maddie Miller, the cleanup hitter, the catcher for Dexter, batting next. So Dexter with 2 outs and a runner at third, threatening to score. Lovington wants to shut him down, get that third out without giving up the run. Miller, right-handed batter. Catchers are very often really good batters. It's part of their job to watch that ball. They have to behind the plate, and they end up looking at the ball, being good hitters, making really good eye contact, throughout the pitch. And so it's no surprise that she's a catcher and batting in the cleanup position. So we'll see. So far, she's had 1 ball and did not chase. 2 outs, a 1-0 count. That's going to come in and miss as well. It looks like Quiroga all of a sudden has kind of backed off and become more tentative against Miller. I think
some of it's the pitch call. I don't think they're really going to give Miller anything she can really drive, because they don't want to make this a 2-0 deficit going into the bottom of the first. So I think they're just being a little bit careful with Miller, cleanup hitter. She does have some pop, and so they're being just a little bit careful. Hey, runners at the corners, you still got 2 outs. Pitch, but don't really bear down too much.
Runner just at third, not at the corners, but...
Well, if they put Miller on, that would be
right.
at the corners,
yeah. Unless Miller, as they are afraid that she might send it out of the park or bring that runner in. So they don't want to put her on first with the walk, though. And there's another line drive shot going to fall shallow in center field. Coming in on it is Zimmery Ellis, a shoestring catch. That's a highlight reel catch. And managed to grab it, hang on to it at a full run in front of her. That's really hard to balance and get your glove in front of you, especially battling the sun. What a great play to end that. So, yes, Dexter threatens, but a nice fly out to center field to position 8 for out number 3. So no runs on the 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first inning. More Lady Wildcats softball coming up.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, we are scoreless. Lovington coming up to the plate. Of course, top 3 hitters. And I say hitters because that's how Lovington definitely wants to put them up there. They want hits from all of them. But first 3 batters are Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis. Ellis had a 2-run home run on Tuesday night against Carlsbad, and Lovington ended up prevailing, kind of fighting off, holding off a late inning scare comeback run by Carlsbad, but ended up prevailing in that one. 6-5 was final score, I believe.
It was.
And now against a very solid, if not spectacular, Dexter team, they are definitely going to have their bats swinging and get their offense going. They are known as a hitting team, and that's definitely what every batter's got to step up and do if they want to go ahead, and they do want to get some runs on the board against a very capable Dexter team. Is get them as early as they can and get up as far as they can. First pitch comes in a little high, right over the plate, but a little high for Corral for ball number 1. That is Navarez in the circle, Miller behind the plate. That's your battery. Miles at first, Sanders at second, Flores at short, Tarin at third, Vanderboot in left, Aguilar in center, and Dodgen in right. And there's contact with that ball as Corral fouls it off out of play to the right and evens up the count 1-1. No outs, nobody on, of course. And that is going to just miss the outside corner and bring the count to 2-1. Corral with a good eye. And a swing and a nice hot grounder that finds its way between short and third out into left field. Vanderboot right there to scoop it up, make the throw to second, and hold Corral on, but solid contact as she was in front of that pitch and just almost looked like she placed that hit between short and third, TJ.
Got around on it really quickly, was looking for something. She was looking for a fastball, maybe not the hardest fastball that Navarez could throw, and got it and just poked it out there between Tarin and Flores. Did a nice job staying with the pitch and taking what she got.
And all you need to do is get on. Shows bunt and lays a pretty one down, coming in the third baseman, Tarin, over to first to make the throw, but it is the sac bunt does move Corral to second in scoring position. So Lovington trades an out for a base advance and brings up Zimri Ellis to the plate with 1 out. 5-3 in the books on that bunt, sac bunt, and the first pitch is Ellis is way in front of it, sends it off into the left side of the field.
Zimri wanted to make this a 2-0 game, just like she did against Carlsbad the other night, and
just a little too anxious.
Just a little bit quick around on it.
Yeah, but fouled it off out of play to the left for strike number 1. So runner on second now, 1 out. And a swing and a miss as, again, kind of wanting it a little too much.
Yeah,
just got to settle down and meet the ball.
Yeah,
Watch it and meet it.
Tailing fastball on that one, and there was no way Ellis was going to catch up with that one unless she had a 16-foot bat.
And that one is fouled straight back. Came back with just a medium speed fastball over the plate. A little bit of spin on that as Zimri caught it the underside of the ball and spun it right over our heads here.
And one thing about Ellis over the years, I mean, we've been watching her since she was an 8th grader on this squad. She's gotten much more aggressive with the stick.
She is, and that one fouled back as well. So evidently Navarez she's not overwhelming anybody with speed, but she has some spin on that ball. And that means as a hitter, you're going to have to hit it dead center in that ball. Otherwise, you're going to spin it up or spin it down. You're going to foul it out. You're going to pop it up. And that one in front of it as well, that's going to go foul. So Ellis, she definitely can make contact with the ball. She likes it inside. That outside pitch is probably going to be the weakness there because her bat was about 6 inches too short when that curve hit.
I think you could see that little tailing fastball again, or maybe even a changeup if she's got one here.
Maybe in this inside. In fact, did it hit her?
No, they called strike 3.
Whoa. That's interesting. That looked like it was really inside to me and kind of low. But I guess the ump thought it caught the inside corner. So Ellis goes down looking after fouling off about 6 pitches. Now goes down. First strikeout for Navarez, and the second out. Now Lovington down to their final out with a runner in scoring position. They don't want to waste that runner as Corral had a solid single and then moved over on the sac bunt. You don't want to waste either of those efforts and leave her stranded out there. You want to try to bring her in and get at least 1 run on the board if they can. I'm not sure what are they waiting on.
Had a stray softball come in from somewhere.
Okay. There are no other fields right here,
There
so
may
I'm
be
not sure
some
where that
kids
came.
playing catch or something over in
Maybe.
the.
Could be. It's out of our line of sight, but. So 2 outs, 1 runner on to bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless, but Lovington would like to change that right here if they can, as Tavetta, the catcher, up to the plate. That's going to hit the outside corner for a call strike.
Tavera 2 for 3 the other night against Carlsbad.
Tavera.
2 for 4, pardon me.
And that's going to miss outside. Caught just a little too much tweak on the wrist, I think, sending that wide of the plate. So 1-1 is your count. 2 outs and the pressure on Tavetta. A chopper, is going to find its way through. It caught a bad bounce as it hit, and it's going to score 1 as Tavetta with a little hot grounder. And I don't score that as an error.
No, if
that
it
hit a little
took a
place.
hit, it took a rock or something, so it'll be an RBI single to right.
Yeah, a single puts Tavetta on. It brings in Corral, and Lovington is on the board 1-0, and still just 2 outs. So they've got some time and some room, and now they also have a runner as Tavetta with her RBI single sitting on first, and that brings up Johanna Ochoa, your third baseman, to the plate. Beautiful pitch, swing and miss. A lot of pop in the glove, as that's one of the fastest balls that Novatus has thrown so far. She's varying her speeds and her placement a lot. I'm not sure just how fast. I would imagine that she's quite capable of throwing a lot of heat. She just doesn't wear the batters out with it. She's selective with it. She took some speed off of that and brought that in. Count is even, 1-1. 2 outs, the runner on first. Oh, swing and a miss. A lot of late movement on that. That broke to the inside, as Nevada's got quite the arsenal. Watching her different pitches and what she's doing. Capable pitcher. And that misses to the outside. 2-2 is the count. So now Ochoa down to her final strike to continue this inning, this at-bat for Lovington. A weak grounder is going to go right up the middle and end up being too much trouble, as it slid by Nevada's, had just enough scoot in it to get past her and over straight up by the bag and diving for it, but not in time. The Flores.
Actually, that was Sanders.
Sanders from second base, and then there was just no time to try to toss it get the runner.
No play there, so an infield single for Ochoa.
So just interesting turn of events. Runners at first and second, outside corner, call strike on Hernandez. That's Nini, your right fielder, up to the plate. 0-1 count on her now, as 2 outs, 2 on, and Lovington would love to keep this at-bat going and add to their 1 run on the board. That's going to miss high and up for ball number 1.
Hernandez 0 for 1 on Tuesday night. Did have a sacrifice and a walk, but also struck out.
Chance to move runners around and in here. Oh, beautiful pitch. That was definitely. That's one that Hernandez probably is going to wish. She's going to think about that later and wish that she had swung on that. As again, a medium speed, not a lot of heat on it, but well placed, pretty much in the heart of the plate. Oh, and a little slap is going to be a pop that's going to be trouble, as it pops right behind and falls. And now a little snap throw down to third. Did they get her?
Yep.
Oh, they did. They said that, as that sent Tavetta around to third, and then she danced off thinking that she might have time to get home, but got caught on the throw down to third and called
came around
out.
And just ran through the stop sign, so it'll be an 8-2-5 put out for out number 3, but 3 consecutive hits for the Lady Cats to end the inning.
And that is going to bring up, and Nini Hernandez was your batter at the end of that. All right, so we are going to go to the top of the second inning, and Lovington is leading 1-0. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball as the Lady Cats put on 1 run on the board, but they had 3 hits, and that's the problem. 4 hits, actually, yeah. The infield single, the RBI single, and then Hernandez, who technically, who reached.
A single.
That's right, that's a single. She reached, and then the throw out at third base. So 4, and that hurts when you only get 1 run out of 4 hits. Ouch. There were no errors, and 1 left on base.
2 left.
2 left?
Yep.
All right.
Ochoa at second and
Hernandez at first. That's right. All right, so we go to the top of the second, and it's the middle of the order for the Lady Demons of Dexter. 5, 6, 7 due up Nevadas, Vanderboot, and Miles, as they were 4 up, 3 down in their first at-bat. First pitch comes in, a lot of pop in the glove, but it misses outside for ball 1. Nevada's the starting pitcher. So top of the second inning. And Quiroga in the circle for Lovington, your starting pitcher. Nice pitch, and a swing and a miss as Nevada's was just slightly in front of that. I think that ball had a little late movement. I think it had a little bit of drop at the end. So your count is 1-1, even up. Swing and a miss as a nice pitch by Quiroga, and that definitely had drop over the outside corner. And Nevada's went for that, could not make contact. 1-2 the count. 1 strikeout for Quiroga so far. That's pretty, but that's a little too outside. Misses as Tavetta trying to frame that up for the ump.
Yeah, she just kind of moved it sequentially out a little bit further into that left-hand box a little bit. And, well, maybe she finally found the border.
2-2 the count now. And that, a little changeup and a slow swing by Nevada's. Misses for a strikeout. She went down swinging, though. Second strikeout for Quiroga, winning that pitcher-on-pitcher duel. And first out, bringing up Vanderboot, the left fielder, to the plate. Miles is on deck and dodging in the hole. Beautiful evening here. It was a super hot day. We topped out around 98 degrees, I think. And still a little breeze moving from right to left across the field.
That little breeze is going to become a lot of breeze later.
We do have high winds expected to start later on. We hope that the game will get completely through before the winds start picking up.
Me too, because I left my jacket in the car.
Yeah. All right, first pitch in, a ball. This one is going to catch the corner. Yes, strike. So even things up, 1-1 with 1 out. Nobody on. 1-1 count. Ooh, fast ball and weak contact. A little pop and nice work by Dunlap at first. She started moving right away. Got a good jump on that when she saw the contact with the bat. Little bloop pop. And Dunlap with good speed came up on that, caught that, and held onto it for the second out. Pop out to position 3 for second out. 2 batters, 2 outs. Trying for 3 up, 3 down. Lovington is, of course, the Lady Demons would like to get a 2-out rally going with this batter, and that is going to be strike number 1. Again, working that outside corner. Quiroga has found that's working for her, and the Dexter Lady Demons are having a little trouble making contact with that pitch. So Quiroga is working it, and another one, swing and a miss with some good movement, a little wiggle over that outside corner. 0-2 count. And that's a beautiful pitch. Call strike. Yeah, you betcha. Beautiful. As Quiroga just worked that outside corner every pitch and ends up sending Miles down looking for her 3rd strikeout of the game. And 3rd out, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Lady Cats are leading 1-0. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn
For
your
over
business.
25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KCOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we go to the bottom of the second inning as Lovington has managed to keep a salty Dexter team scoreless in 2 at-bats, and now they need to keep their own bats swinging. It's 7, 8, 9 due up in the end of the order. Garcia Hernandez, that's Braylon Hernandez, designated player, and then Dunlap. And the first pitch, Garcia makes contact, but a weak grounder back to the circle, and Nevadas picks that up and fires over to Miles for an out number 1, 1-3 in the books. And Garcia she very much she has a habit of wanting to being aggressive at the plate and going after that first pitch if she sees it, thinks that she can do something with it. Not able to do anything yet, but always good to have contact. She can build on that later in the game. So 1 out, Braylon Hernandez, designated player, steps up. She also cuts at the first pitch, and it was
being very aggressive here this evening.
Absolutely.
Hernandez 0 for 3, but reached on an error and scored and had an RBI in the game on Tuesday.
And her bat just a little short. That was a bit of a breaking ball on outside corner, and that breaks to the inside with a really nice pitch by Nevadas, and she paints the inside corner and gets a call strike on that. So Hernandez quickly down in the count, 0-2. Got to battle back as Lovington would like to add to that 1-0 score on the board. That's low. In fact, that gets behind Miller. Nobody on base, so no problem. Becomes the first ball, though, so 1-2 count with 1 out, nobody on. As the sun's setting, and the air starting to feel just a bit cooler. Swing and contact out of play for strike number 2. It stays at 2, 1-2. So Hernandez trying to get something started here for Lovington in their second at bat. That's going to miss inside. In fact, Hernandez has to scoot back a little bit to keep from being hit.
Yeah, I think that one, just a little bit of a miss pitch there for Nevadas. She's really relying on that breaking ball, and she starts it well in. That one didn't break quite enough, though.
2-2 your count. If she can find her way on, Dunlap is on deck. And a weak grounder off the end of her bat, having a little trouble with it. That is Miles, who goes over and picks it up and throws to the second baseman, Sanders, who covered, and they do manage to get her. So she hung on to it. I thought it might be a drop ball situation. Lovington might get lucky and get a runner on, but not to be. 3-4 instead of the other way around on that one for the second out. So 2 outs, and now up to Shaylin Dunlap, first baseman, batting in the 9th slot to try to get some.
Dunlap off the bench against Carlsbad, 0 for 1.
That's a pretty pitch, and it ends up being just a little outside. Miller tried to frame it up, bring it back in, but didn't go for it. It was just a little high and outside. So ball number 1 on Dunlap. 1-0 your count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, now that is going to hit. I do believe going to be a call strike, yeah. So 1-1 the count. A little more speed. Nevada's brought it down just a hair, and it caught the corner. 1-1 your count. And that one is going to be call strike. So
that late break came back over the inside corner.
And he is definitely calling it consistently. So the batters have to beware, even if they have to move back a little bit. If that ball touches the corner, it may be called a strike. Strike 3 right there. So 3 up, 3 down. Lovington held scoreless this time. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And Your score remains 1-0 going to the top of the third inning. Dexter coming up to the plate, and we'll have more Lady Wildcats softball coming up.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat softball from Wildcat Field here on a Thursday night. Finally, a little bit of cooling off. It's a beautiful evening. It is a little bit breezy. I don't think the wind has really affected play much out there, with the exception of maybe one or two of the hits to the outfield. The wind may have helped carry those balls just a little bit. But
still 88 degrees,
yeah,
though.
Yeah, but it's nice. A different 88 feels different under the lights rather than under Mother Nature's lights.
That is true.
So a little bit of relief coming. All right, so we go to the top of the third inning, and it is the bottom of the lineup. It's Dodgen, Aguilar, and then Sanders due up for Dexter. First pitch from Quiroga is a riser, and it catches Dodgen on the move for it, but she doesn't catch up to it. Strike number one. Nice pitch. Haven't seen that riser from Quiroga yet in this game. Back to a fastball, a little late movement, catch in the corner, a little more pop in the glove, a swing and a miss, and 0-2 count on Dodgen. Quiroga, you mentioned she's an eighth grader. Eighth grader. So young player, young pitcher, but already good stuff, a lot of promise. That hangs up a little high. You could just see that. It looked like she looked like her stride wasn't normally where it is. And when that happens, your stride is either a little short or a little long. It will affect your release point with the ball. And it went a little up, a little too high. She released it a little bit late and went a little high. That, a nice fast ball with breaking action on the outside corner, swing and a miss. Nice work, as that is strikeout number 4 for Quiroga. Out number 1 here, and brings up number 8, Isabella Aguilar, the center fielder, to the plate. First plate appearance. And that's going to miss. Outside, of course, Aguilar, a left-handed batter with the whole drag slap action. So 1-0 count on her. And shows bunt, tries it, and misses as Quiroga sends up a fast ball over the inside corner on Aguilar for strike number 1. 1-1 count. And a swing and a miss on that as Quiroga took a little speed off and brought it up and over the outside corner. So Aguilar with a 1-2 count on her. And a swing and a miss as well. So goes down swinging, strikeout number 5 for Quiroga.
Quiroga having a very good first 2 2/3 on the mound.
Top of the order now as number 7, J.C. Sanders, second baseman, up to the plate. She struck out her first time up, second plate appearance.
Question's going to be, how is Dexter going to adjust now that they're coming through her the second time?
Second time, right.
And really, that was what got her with Carlsbad. It wasn't so much the second time. It was the third time through against the Cave Girls on Tuesday. But Lovington holding on.
Each team used 2 pitchers on Tuesday night as well. Swing and a miss as a nice breaking ball by Quiroga.
Tried to check it, but just couldn't.
Nope. So 0-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Good chance for Lovington to shut things down. Dexter wants to get a 2-out rally going. A swing and another miss as Quiroga doing a nice job varying her pitches but varying her speeds. But you know what? She got Sanders on that little fast breaking ball on the outside corner once. She came right back to it, got her again. And that is going to miss.
Just held it.
Yeah, Sanders leaned on it and wanted to. She went down looking on a pitch not dissimilar to that first time up. This one was a little more over the plate than their first time at bat. And a little weak hit, a blooper. Oh, Shaylin Dunlap doing a nice job grabbing that on the fly. As nice work, a little weak pop, and Dunlap playing in a bit was able to grab that and catch that. 2 good plays by Dunlap at first so far in this game. So 3 up, 3 down again. Has no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Lovington still leading 1-0, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Commitment runs deep. For 45 years, Double R Pipe and Supply has been working alongside you, providing long-lasting service and support for our oil industry and community. Double R is full-service pipe sales and rental with EMI and hydro testing and CNC threading, known to deliver when others couldn't. Double R Pipe and Supply is about integrity, dedication, and innovation. They are strong supporters of our youth, academics, and athletics. Double R Pipe and Supply says go, fight, win. Let's go, Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcdcnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. So we go to the bottom of the third inning, and the score is still 1-0. Lovington wanting to add to that, and it's back up top of the order for them. It'll be Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis, 1, 2, 3. First pitch is in, a little high and outside for ball number 1. Let's see, Corral, first time up, hit a nice solid single, ended up crossing the plate, and that's the reason why there's a crooked number up on the board for Lovington right now.
It's not a crooked number, but you wished it was.
It's a straight number. It's not a curved. Let's say let's put a straight number. All right.
You've got the lead. Straight. That's what you want.
Yeah.
The scoreboard is in your favor at this moment.
And they'd like to add to that. Oh, and that definitely got away. It looked like it hit Navarez's hip as it came around, and that can happen sometimes. You get a little bit turned, your hips get a little bit turned coming what used to be off of the mound. Now it's a circle and it's flat, but it used to be a softball, a mound, a pitching mound, just like in baseball. That's certainly when I grew up, and certainly what we had. So you're never on the mound anymore in softball. You're in the circle. 2-2 count. And swing and a miss, as that would have been a call strike on the inside corner. And Corral actually came around on it a little quick and ends up going down swinging. So,
well, Fig kind of got her a little bit on that inside fastball. He saw it coming inside and thought, okay, it's going to break. And I think that led to the way she swung on that one. Got fooled just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. But Corral followed by, now here's a grounder by Ruiz. But Sanders picks it up and fires over to Miles at first. 4-3 in the books for out number 2. And that was just, that was just the 5th pitch of this at-bat, I think.
Yeah, 5th pitch of the inning.
Yeah. So Ruiz swinging at the first pitch she saw. 4-3 for out number 2 after the strikeout for out 1. Brings up Zimri Ellis, center fielder. Struck out her first time up. She's due. Ooh, swats that one, but it goes foul just before it got to third base. Really smoked that one down the third base line, but just becomes a strike. So 2 outs, nobody on. Ellis looking to get a 2-out rally starting for Lovington, and she is a batter capable of doing that for sure. despite her strikeout. First time at the plate tonight. She had a 2-run homer on Tuesday night, and that is going to end up being a call strike. The ump really is.
And that was the same strike that got her out in the first at bat. So he's calling it right at the knees, and it must just be shaving that inside corner.
And he's been very consistent.
He has been consistent.
And
so
Novarez is smart enough pitcher to remember who's swinging at what and which batter is swinging at what, to remember that.
And even if she's not, Coach Duran is.
That's
so
right, telling her.
I'm not saying Navarez isn't smart, but
No, so either she or the coach or both of them. Oh, and there's a swing and a miss, and that's it. So three straight strikes to Ellis, who's just having trouble picking up Novarez tonight. And that's another 3 up, 3 down. She went down swinging, though, and no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's a pretty quick game so far. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning, and still a 1-0 game here. We'll come back. More Lady Wildcats softball on the way.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball. And in their at-bat, 2 strikeouts and a ground out as Dexter made quick work of Lovington's at-bat, and now trying to get their own swing in here in the top of the 4th inning.
And your line through the first 3 innings for Dexter, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they've left 1 on base. For Lovington, 1 run on 4 hits. They haven't committed any errors, and they've left 2 on, so pretty even except for right there in the first inning.
And for your Lady Demons, it's 2, 3, and 4 due up in the batting order. That is Tarine, Flores, Miller. And Tarine, let's see, she doubled and got stranded her first time up. She's 1 for 1. And the first pitch is a ball called as 1-0 count. We're pretty well flying through this game so far, which got started a little earlier than it was posted. There's a grounder off the tip of the bat, and Dunlap handles that, goes and steps on the bag herself, as that was a stronger swing, but Tarine just clipped the ball with the end of her bat and made that weak contact, that little weak grounder. Shaylin Dunlap doing a very nice job at first tonight.
She's been active over at first.
Yes.
She's gotten a couple of pop-ups, now the solo ground out, and then she took a throw from Ruiz. So active over at first. You'll have some games like that, says the first baseman in the booth.
Number 2, Tata Flores, your shortstop up to the plate. First pitch is in, and it is a ball. And Flores grounded out to the second baseman her first time up. She's over. Second plate appearance. So nice fastball with some drop to it. A swing and a miss by Flores to even up the count, 1-1. Lovington looking pretty solid tonight. Good fielding. They're batting. They're just having a little, it's been inconsistent. And there's just a little weak line drive to right to Ruiz. She takes 1 step in, puts up her glove, and Flores with a pop out to position 4 for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Maddie Miller, the catcher. And she had a fly out to center field.
Dying quail that Ellis robbed her of out there.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play by Ellis, who came in, made a shoestring catch, full run. That ball is going to get hung up in her hand just a little bit high and outside for ball 1. So 2 outs, 1-0 count. If she gets on, Nevadas is on deck, Vanderboot in the hole. Actually, Miller is on deck, and Miller is at the bat, and Nevada's is on deck. Vanderboot's in the hole. If she gets on, that, of course, would move the lineup up, and Miles would be in the hole at that point. And Lovington wants to get this third out, not let Miller spark up a 2-out rally here. It's going to miss high and outside. Nice pop in the glove, though.
Yeah, it's again, we talked about this when Miller came up back in the first. Don't think they're going to give her just a whole lot that she can do much with.
And that misses high and outside as well.
Not going to exactly intentionally walk her, but an intentional pitched to walk.
Right. Miller, a catcher, good eye, and the cleanup hitter in the cleanup position on purpose. Ooh, a swing and a miss as a changeup by Quiroga. A little off-speed pitch gets her.
And Coach McCraw was thinking, well, the take sign will be on. They'll put her on first. Nope, she had the green light and go.
So 3-1 count now. And that's going to miss high and outside. So first walk issued by Quiroga, though, in this game. And we are, 3.5 innings into it. So, but a walk does put a runner on.
And we will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game.
As Miller is a catcher, and that's certainly allowed and often the case for pitchers and catchers.
White numbers, which are illegal. I cannot pick up the number of the young lady out there. It's either Jimenez or Duran.
Right.
We know that.
There are only 2 reserve or bench players for Dexter. Kaylani Nevada is the pitcher up to the plate now. First pitch is in, and it will be a ball. And Nevada has struck out her first plate appearance. 2 outs, a runner on first. 1-0 count. Oh, that's a pretty pitch, but a little bit low. It came right over the center of the plate, but too low. And 2, that's going to be...
And this was about the point where we saw Quiroga really kind of start tiring a little bit, too, in that game against Carlsbad after she'd worked about 3 1/3.
A swing and a miss. Nice work on the outside corner there to get Nevada's to swing. 2-1 count. Yes, and Quiroga came out, and they put...
No, Quiroga finished it. She got the save.
Quiroga finished it. That's true.
Hernandez with the win, Quiroga with the save.
That's right.
But I haven't seen Braylon warming up.
No, Braylon started. That's right. It was Hernandez who started that game. 3-1 count, and that is going to miss high. Yeah, and that's back-to-back walks. So we'll see what happens here. As Miller moves to second, well, the courtesy runner for her moves to second, and Nevada's on first. Nevada's a pitcher. Looks like she'll do her own running. And Ezra Vanderboot, the left fielder, up to the plate, and that misses as well. So all of a sudden, Quiroga she's struggling just a little bit here.
Needs to find the strike zone. Trust your defense.
Yeah, with 2 outs. Just find the zone, put it across just like that. Beautiful pitch, 1-1. Just throw strikes again. And, yes, trust your defense. It's much better.
You've got 8 other players out there for a reason.
And much better than losing the batter and walking them full. That's going to miss low. 2-1 is the count.
Yeah, you don't have to be the old Satchel Paige show, the Hall of Fame pitcher. A lot of times when he would be barnstorming, he would go out and he would say, "All I need's a catcher," and that's all he would have, and he would literally strike out the side. That was his bet.
And that misses as Quiroga definitely looks like tiring just a little, and it's not unusual to see. Again, she's an 8th grader, and
especially
she's
a
capable.
younger pitcher.
Yeah, a younger pitcher. You're just gonna. When you're going to throw your best stuff, and until you develop just a little bit more and get to where you can do more. The chopper, as Corral picks it up and takes the easy throw over to Ochoa to get the force out at third, and like that, Lovington gets out of the jam. 2 runners are on with walks, but Lovington gets that third out, and that was 6-2 to 5 in the books for the third out to put Miller out. Well, the courtesy runner for her for the third out. And Dexter threatens but comes up empty with no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Well,
Yep,
2
2
left
left.
on. That's right, because fielder's choice. Actually, Vanderboot ended up getting on a fielder's choice.
Yep.
All right, so that brings us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lovington coming up to the plate. They still lead 1-0. Boy.
Nail biter.
Yeah.
As we hit the halfway point.
We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball coming up.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lovington coming up to the plate. They have a 1-0 lead. They really need to get some insurance runs. They need to put some more runs across. But to do that, they have to populate the bases, and they have had 2 back-to-back, 3 up, 3 down at bats, TJ.
Yeah, you hope that it doesn't come back to haunt you the running error back in the 1st inning where they just had a couple outs, but the potential for bases loaded.
Ooh, nice first pitch by Nevada's. Credit where credit's due as Tavera takes a look at that and lets it go. It's a call, strike 1.
Tavera, the RBI single her last time up.
And a swing and a miss for strike number 2.
An interesting contrast in pitching. Nevada seems to be getting
Stronger.
stronger as the game goes on, while
Right.
Quiroga showing a little bit of fatigue.
And that pitch hits the dirt, goes to the backstop, gets away from Miller. No harm since nobody's on base. It will be ball number 1. 1-2 count on Tavera, the catcher for Lovington. The RBI single, her first time up, so she's a capable hitter. And Lovington really needs base runners here. Lovington swing, and a nice line drive shot will be a hit as it falls between center and right field. Goes all the way to the fence. Aguilar out there chasing it down, makes the throw in and keeps Tavera at second, but a nice solid double puts Tavera in scoring position for Lovington.
Guessed right. Was thinking it was probably going to be that fastball and guessed right on it. Sat back on it and then poked it out in the gap between center and right. Put it out there. Sanders kind of booted it a little bit and let it roll around the wall. It was a double either way you look at it, but a good hit for Tavera to lead it off here in the 4th.
And that brings up number 5 in the 5th slot, number 23, Johanna Ochoa, your third baseman, to the plate. She had an infield single and got stranded her first time up. Second plate appearance, and Lovington needs to move the runner around now. Swing and a miss. It almost looked like she got a piece of it, but
I think the bat a little bit short on that one. Maybe a little bit of late movement. Maybe she just kind of misjudged it coming in. Took a good hack at it, but was off the end of the bat.
a middle speed pitch, not a true changeup, but a mid-speed pitch there by Nevada's. Now she shows bunt and pokes at it, and yes, that will be a strike. So quickly down in the count there, Ochoa with an 0-2 count on her.
And you've got it when you're laying a bunt down, and Ochoa waved at one that was going to be high and outside. You've got to pick that up even if you're bunting and pull that bunt back and make the pitcher work for it a little bit.
Otherwise, it will be a strike. You leave it down, or if you slap at it or make a motion, and that's going to miss for ball 1. A 1-2 count, and I can understand she very, very well probably got the bunt sign from Coach McCraw because he likes to move runners around. He is not afraid of the sack bunt. Oh, a little blooper is going to fall. It's going to act like a little Texas League, kind of a dying quail out there, just be behind the second baseman's head, and it was just kind of, it wasn't a full swing, but it doesn't matter. It's a hit. Ochoa making some contact with it, and that moves Tavera over to third, and Ochoa's got a single, and Lovington's in business. No outs and runners at the corners.
You don't have to be over-aggressive here. Sometimes that's kind of been the Achilles heel of Coach McGraw a little bit, is he is overly aggressive at times on the base paths. And you see that. It earns him a lot of runs, but it gets him some outs sometimes, too.
And that's going to miss a low and inside as Nini Hernandez, right fielder, scoots back, does a little river dance to keep from getting hit.
And again, there's a reason I'm up here and he's down there, so you can take that for what it's worth.
A 1-0 count, yeah. McCraw, I think when you do that, you're going to get burned sometimes, if you do that. But if you do it and do it well, and Lovington is able to execute, successfully a lot of times in those situations, you're gonna earn some bases, and sometimes you're gonna get some runs because of that. But you will get burned sometimes. That's just statistics. High fly ball headed out to right field, coming up under it, making a good catch. Is dodging, but then the throw not in time to catch the runner at the plate. The runner will score, and then moving to second, the throw over to catcher not in time, so Ochoa moves to second. So Tavera crosses the plate. It's a sack RBI by Nina Hernandez. The little fly out to position 9 for out number 1, but nice sack RBI for her, and that moves the score to 2-0, and now still just the 1 out and a runner in scoring position at second base.
And lucky that one was not about 3 feet closer in, dodging out there with a good arm, threw a bullet into Miller, and then Miller relayed it to second very quickly to almost get Ochoa. Again, 3 feet, and I think we have a different outcome on both counts there. But it works, and so 2-0 the count now.
A double followed by a single, and then a sac fly RBI brings Bailey Garcia to the plate, batting in the 7th position, playing number 7 in as far as left field goes, designated as number 7, position 7 on the field. Let's hope she continues to be lucky 7. Swing and foul back out of play. A good cut by Garcia.
And she wears 21, which is 3 times 7.
7, right. So you got triple good luck there. 0-2 the count on her. She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up the plate. So looking for a little redemption here. She can certainly send a nice little shot straight up the middle, and it looks like it may. Nope, they're going to hold the runner at third. And Garcia will hold at first. Of course, nowhere to put her, nowhere to go.
And that's the right move, I think, to keep her at third, as Ochoa's.
I think so, too.
Ochoa's got a little speed, but it's not elite enough to do that shallow. Aguilar with a decent to very good arm out there, I think probably could have gunned her down at the plate. So save the out, get the runners on, and keep the line moving.
Runners at the corners now, first and third. There will be a courtesy. Garcia's going to do her own running?
Yep.
And a foul over to the screen, narrowly missed the on deck batter. That is Shaylin Dunlap out there in the on deck circle, and that is Braylon Hernandez, designated player at the plate. She grounded out to the first baseman her first time up. And there's a high fly ball heading into center field. Aguilar calls everybody else off, gets it, makes the grab herself, and the runners stay put for the second out. So Braylon gives it a ride, but it does not advance any runners. At the fly out to center field, position 8 for out number 2, brings Shaylin Dunlap, first baseman, up to the plate. She struck out her first time. Now 2 outs, 2 on. A good chance to bring another run in, maybe just keep the line moving, as you said. And is that what she
called it a foul?
Okay.
She just drilled it, and it hit the plate first, and then bounced out, and then started spinning.
It's a dead ball. If it does hit the plate,
I think she found oil out there the way that one was spinning.
It definitely
drilled down.
It hit the plate with a lot of force. So Dunlap with an 0-1 count on her. And swing, and whoa, that's a fair ball as it hit just behind the bag, third base. A chopper, a spike ball, and that scores 1, that scores 2. And Shaylin Dunlap with a 2 RBI double. Nice. Smoked that ball down the third base line.
And that just stayed fair by a skosh, but you'll take it. And so the 2 RBIs is getting to it quickly. Vanderboot kind of bobbled it just a second, and that gave Garcia a chance to get around and score. So now runner at second and back to the top of the lineup.
Yep, it's Corral Ruiz Ellis now, 1, 2, 3, as Lovington has put 3 runs across in this at bat. That's going to stay up high for ball number 1. on Corral. She singled and scored her first time up, struck out her second time up, so she's 1 for 2 and would like to just keep this at-bat going and pour on some more runs for Lovington if they can. High fly ball heading out to right field. It's going to drop in front of Dodgen, and the throw into the plate will not be in time as Dunlap slides home safely. And that's another, Corral has an RBI single, and Lovington has a 5-0 score against Dexter here in the bottom of the 4th.
Doing a very nice job so far. And right now in this inning, again, we talked about it going through the lineup a couple of times. They're in the 3rd time through now, and so Lovington's starting to figure it out. And this is a team that once they've seen it, they can hit it.
Delilah Ruiz, she cracks at the first pitch she sees, and it's foul ball out of play for strike number 1. Lovington does have 2 outs on them. That doesn't seem to faze them. They've been stepping right up and putting the ball into play. And that is going to miss low as Ruiz thinks about it but doesn't offer. So 1-1 the count on Ruiz. She grounded out to the second baseman her last time up. She grounded out to the third baseman her first time up. So she's 0 for 2 and due. And that's another ball low.
Yeah, actually sacrificing the first, so she's only 0 for 1 in the game.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's a sack, so you're right. I didn't write it down as a sack. And there's a pop out to center field. Aguilar coming up under it, easily makes the grab. But still, Lovington with a good at-bat. They came in 1-0, and they leave it 5-0. So we will go to the top of the 5th inning. Lovington leading 5-0. Got a shutout going against the Lady Demons of Dexter. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball coming up.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
And in the bottom of the 4th inning, here's how I've got it in my book. 4 runs by Lovington on 5 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning, 1 left on. Yep, that's true. And 5-0, as that was the breakout at bat that Lovington had been looking for, as things were very tight, 1-0 since the very first, since their very first at bat, first inning. So 5-0.
So Quiroga will finish the game with 4 innings pitched. Gave up just no runs on 1 hit, struck out 5, walked 2, in line for the win.
And Miles hits the first pitch she sees, a weak grounder, and she's going to end up getting tagged out at first.
Yeah, we got a new first baseman, too.
We do, too. Shaylin Dunlap comes out from first as you mentioned, Quiroga comes out of the circle, and Braylon Hernandez pitching
now. That'll be Rivero.
Aubrey Rivero? Oh, Ivory Lopez.
Ivory Lopez.
That's right. She actually started at first in the game on Tuesday night. Ivory did, and then they changed pitchers. So Lopez, and thank you very much. We are getting help from some of our in-booth helpers. I'm assuming some boosters, some parents, maybe some members of the Lovington Wildcat, Lady Cat boosters, and so forth up here. There's a pitch and a high fly ball. It's going to go into, it stays in fair territory, and coming over, grabbing it. Wow. Was going all the way out and back. Corral from shortstop as she ends up in shallow left field territory. Garcia out there as well, but that was a nice grab by Corral. That ball really traveled. I think the wind picked that one up. It was such a high fly.
Yeah, with the wind
pop.
blowing from the right to the left. And
right.
got up there and kind of hung up a little bit. Corral with good speed got to it.
So pop fly out to position 6 for out number 1. That brings up Jaya Dodgen, your right fielder, to the plate, and a left-handed batter.
Aguilar.
Or Aguilar, rather. Sorry about that.
And she'll take the first pitch for strike 1.
Aguilar, 0-1 count on her. Two.
Got a piece of that one back to the screen.
So two strikes on her. Sorry about that. Oh and 2 count. And that hangs up. She was, I think.
I was getting ready to ring her up, but the rump didn't agree with me.
Hernandez hung it up. It looked like it might have dropped through the zone at the very end, but it almost looked like a slow pitch, with a high arc and drop down. And that's going to hit the outside corner and be called strike 3. So nice work there as strikeout for Braylon Hernandez, and 3 up, 3 down. Nice work. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington leading this one 5-0. We'll have more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
And welcome back to the Lady Cats softball game here at home field. And Lovington in good shape here late in the game as we go 5-0 is your score here as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Lovington it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for them. It'll be Ellis, Tavera, Ochoa, as Lovington had their breakout at-bat, their last at-bat, as they scored 4 runs on 5 hits in that at-bat. And that's why we're at 5-0. Up until that time, it was looking like it was a very tight game, a 1-0 game, anybody's ball game, and now Lovington has stretched it out a bit. Ellis with 2 strikeouts with a lot to prove. We know she can do it, and I don't mean that she has to prove anything to us, but as a batter and a capable hitter and a player, when you strike out, it just puts a big chip on your shoulder, and you can't wait to undo that. And as a cleanup hitter, she's feeling that pressure, I'm sure. She's made a lot of contact with the ball. She just is having a little trouble with Nevada's and the spin that she puts on the ball and catching the curve, the outside, the breaking ball especially. So I'm anxious for her to just lace into one of these. That one, it hit her, but I think she swung at it.
Yeah, she
maybe
fouled
contact,
it off and then to her ankle or foot.
And so it always hurts. It hits anywhere on your foot, your ankle, the foot. It makes contact with bone, and even when you have yourself to blame for it, man, it just does not feel good. She's going to walk it out. Coach McCraw hitting her on the helmet. Knows she's tough. But she's got 2 strikes on her now. So Ellis with an 0-2 count. And she wanted to lace into that one as well. That was on the inside corner. So Nevada's working the corners on Ellis here. And way out in front of that one, made contact and spun it back. Yeah, she's having trouble hitting that, hitting the center of that ball and it's spinning on her. When she makes contact, she has been fouling it off, and it's been spinning up most of the time. So she's hitting under it just a little bit. There, a great grounder, and hot. It's a fair ball, and knocking it down, but not able to do anything with it. They're going to stop her because when the third baseman is down on
But
that.
I think they might have gotten Ellis at second.
Then they made the throw, and
Nope, it'll be
I think
she
they're
legged
gonna,
it out.
Yeah, and they're going to say that she is safe, but they are taking a timeout.
Yeah, it was a screamer
that was
as Tareen.
Tareen. Oh, wow. And she knocked it down, but then she put her head down and stayed down for a little bit. They just making sure that she was okay.
And I'm not sure if that's an E5 or if that's a screaming single. I'm gonna make it a double.
Yeah, I just think there was no way to handle that ball. It was a scorcher, as Ellis had just so much riding on that, and she just got out in front of that and nailed that ball.
While we were looking at Tareen, Vanderboot came up and made a strong throw over to Sanders at second and nearly got Ellis heading over towards the bag there, just barely beat that out. So first, Ellis had to take a minute to collect herself, and now Tareen going to have to take just a second to kind of get it all back together.
Right. And, the umps want to give the players enough time to make sure that everything's good. The coach going out just to make sure, are you okay? You think you can do it? You think you need to come out? Need a little more time.
And my guess
now she's going to run it out. She's going to see if she can, how well she can, if she needs to come out or not, if she can move.
With only two bench players, that would be a tough one there. But I have a feeling that unless that leg is hanging on by a sinew and a piece of ACL, MCL, she's probably not coming out.
Nope, and it looks like she ran it out. She walked it and then ran it out. Looks like she's going to say, I'm good. She's a third baseman who chooses to wear a face protector as well. So does the shortstop. So here we are back to play. Ellis on second base with a double. Tavera at the plate. Ochoa on deck. Hernandez in the hole. No outs. That's going to hit the inside corner for a call strike. So 0-1 count on Tavera, who had an RBI single her first time up, a double and scored her second time up. And a grounder over to second base as Sanders picks it up and tosses it over to Miles. But it does move the runner as Ellis moves over to third.
Yeah, that was just that little bloop out there. And the Sanders did a good job. She waited on it to hit. She didn't overrun it trying to catch it in the air, even though they knew that would put the runner over at third. Traded the out, but took the sure thing there. So that was a smart play.
It was 4-3 in the books, and that's going to clip the inside corner for a call strike as well, as this ump has been very, very consistent with his zone, inside and outside, up and down. Ochoa with an 0-1 count, one out to runner at third, and a beautiful pitch, and catching Ochoa cutting at it, catching the underside of that ball and spinning it back for a strike number 2. So that is Ellis over on third.
And if you're Ochoa here, really what you need to do, just find a way to get the ball in
on the
play.
right and maybe get it over the right side of the field if you can. And she does. She gets a grounder over to second baseman, and Sanders picks it up and tosses it over to first again for the sure out, but it's an RBI, a sac RBI, an infield sac RBI for Ochoa, as that is 4-3, back-to-back.
Back-to-back sacks, 4-3.
Mm-hmm. And that scored Ellis, so now it is 6-0. Lovington stretching it out even further and brings up Hernandez Nini to the plate. And that's going to, be a call strike.
Actually, that's Zoe Ellis.
Zoe Ellis now in for Nini Hernandez. So Zoe Ellis, I'm going to write that down. Okay. And a call strike just right at the letters. That misses a little bit high. Yeah, he's indicating the other one was a strike. This one was just a little too high. 1-1 count. Nobody on, 2 outs. Garcia on deck Hernandez in the hole. And a high fly ball going into deep left field. Is it out of the park? Nope, off the wall. Off the wall, and handled and played by Vanderboot out there, who throws it in, but it's a stand-up double for Zoe Ellis. Wow.
Another member of the youth movement here in Lady Cat softball land.
Right, so 2 outs, a runner in scoring position at second base, and Bailey Garcia to the plate. She had a single and scored her last time up. Grounded out her first time, so she's 1 for 2. And a little pop up over to second base. Sanders easily catches that one as Garcia, hitting at the first pitch she saw, ends the at-bat for Lovington, but not before they manage to get another run across. So pop out to position 4 for out number 3, ends the at-bat for Lovington, but they do score the run, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
In the bottom of the 5th inning, Lovington scored 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the 6th inning as the Lady Demons come up to the plate. Lovington leading 6-0, and it will be top of the order as Sanders, Tarin, and Flores do up for the Lady Demons. Lady Wildcat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZR Facebook. I'm Dawn working with TJ Miracle. Enjoying this Lovington Dexter duel tonight. That's going to miss just a bit outside for ball number 1 on Sanders. That is Braylon Hernandez in the circle for Lovington, having come in relief. Quiroga was your starting pitcher. There's a grounder that's going to go foul.
Just another change. Zoe Ellis is out in right.
Zoe Ellis is okay. Okay.
I had to get the binoculars out to see it. But
all right. And, well, she came up, she batted in
just
that bottom,
just
bottom
making
of the 5th
sure.
inning. So now she's in right field out in place of Nini Hernandez.
Of course, with unlimited substitutions, you never can tell.
1-1 count now. Top of the 6th inning. 6-0. Lovington with a shutout going. High and outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count now. This game was on the schedule to start at 7 o'clock. Dexter came over a little early, and they started at about 6:35 or so when they got started. A little bit early, about 20, 25 minutes early. Oh, a line drive over the head of Corral. Goes out to left field. Bailey Garcia right there making a nice stop and a good throw into second to hold the runner on, but that was a solid line drive shot by Sanders, and she's on first base.
And the first base hit since back in the 1st inning for Dexter.
No outs, a runner on first. That brings up Tarin to the plate. Tarin grounded out her last time up, doubled and got stranded her first time up. Hits at the first pitch she sees and fouls it out of play off to the right for strike number 1. So no outs, a runner at first, as Dexter threatening to have a breakout at bat here, trailing by 6. Lovington wants to shut him down. That's going to end up being a ball, so 1-1 count now. Swing and a high fly ball. Is it going to go foul? It is, but on her horse is Zoe Ellis out there, and did she make the grab? Couldn't see it if she hung on to it. I think she did.
Yep, she did.
She had to travel. She really took off running, and we were blocked out by the Lovington dugout, but made a nice play. So a fly out to position 9 for out number 1, catching that foul ball out there, and that brings up, let's see, is it Jada or
Jada Flores.
It is Jada. Yeah, I wrote that down as a T, or it looks like a T in my book, but I got to thinking that can't be right. So it's Jada Flores. Had the last name right. Ooh, a swing. Yeah, it would have been a call strike anyway. I think she did break the plane on it. So Flores with a 1-1 count on her. Miller on deck. Nevada's in the hole. Nice pitch. It hangs outside just a tad too much. So 2-1 count. Flores popped out her last time up. Grounded out her first time up. But that was against a different pitcher. That was against Quiroga. There's a hot grounder to Corral. She fields it, and Lovington goes for the double play. Just can't turn it quite quickly enough, but does get the lead runner. So they get the lead runner. 6-4. So Sanders goes to the bench, and Flores reaches on the fielder's choice. And that brings up Miller to the plate. So 1 out. And hits the first pitch she sees. It gets out to left field. It will be a single. Bailey Garcia, again, good stop as she came in on that and threw it in. So 1 out, runners at first and second now. After that single by Miller, she hit the first pitch she saw. Flores on second now, and Ezra Vanderboot, or rather Kaylani Nevada is the pitcher up to the plate. 1 out, 2 on.
And Jimenez is the courtesy runner.
Okay. And that's going to miss high and outside for ball number 1. And Nevada has walked her and got stranded her last time up, struck out her first time up. She's over. Again, both of those plate appearances were against Quiroga. And that's going to miss just outside. Quiroga was able to paint the corners and get those calls on the corners. So far, Braylon has been just outside the zone most of the time. Swing and a miss. Nice strike right down the pike. A little drop action to that. Good pitch. Good for Braylon to come back on the 2-0 count and drop one in there. 2-1. Ooh, nice pitch. It's going to be just a little bit high. Right over the heart of the plate. 3-1 now the count. As Nevada is trying to work the walk like she did the last time at bat to load up the bases, but Lovington would like to get the out. And swing and a miss. And they do get the out.
Nope. Runs the count full.
All right, runs it full.
First full count of the game for either team.
I had it down as 3-1, and then I just got a little too excited. So first full count, and that's going to miss.
I don't know where it missed, but it missed.
A little low. It was over the plate, but low. And after running the count full, and I was a little premature trying to get that out. I was trying to get the out for Lovington and for Hernandez. Just could not make that happen. So there's a walk. And now bases are loaded.
But you can't really worry about that. You got 2 outs. Vanderboot's 0 for 2.
And you're up by 6.
Woo-hoo.
A ground ball. Oh, nice work.
Liner.
Yeah, line drive shot. And Ruiz able to grab that. So nice. And gets out of just like that from bases loaded to no problem at all with that line drive shot. Very nice. Line drive to position 4 for the 3rd out. We'll take it. As Dexter Lady Demons batted around in that at-bat, they still were not able to put a run across.
Well, they only put 5 to the plate, 6 to the plate.
6 to the plate. I thought that. Yep, that's true. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. All right, there you go. 6 and not 9. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcats softball. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 left on base for Dexter in the top of the 6th inning. So bottom of the 6th and bottom of the order for Lovington. It's going to be Hernandez, Dunlap, and Corral if they keep that order. But they've had some substitutions since then. Once Braylon Hernandez went in the circle, that moved some players around. So not too sure.
And it looks like it'll be Lopez on deck.
And a swing and a miss as Nevadas bringing the heat. And Hernandez with a good crack at it. She had a fly out to center field her last time up and a ground out her first time up. So she's over and due. Designated player batting only until she started pitching. And there's a grounder to the shortstop. The throw is going to be in time to get her as Flores knocked it down and made a good throw over to Miles. It was a solid grounder by Hernandez, but pretty much right to Flores. So 6-3 in the books for out number 1, and that brings up Flores to the plate.
Lopez.
Or Lopez, not Flores. Lopez, sorry. It's Ivory Lopez in at first base. And in Dunlap's slot, she is a left-handed batter. Swing and a miss, a good cut at it, but that ball on the outside corner.
And there's just something right about seeing a first baseman wearing number 13. Ask me why I think that.
All right.
I'm not left-handed, though.
And a swing and contact near on the inside of the bat, very near her hand. Going foul, so 0-2 count now on Ivory Lopez. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning, Lovington leading this one 6-0 against Dexter Lady Demons, a 3A team.
But a very salty 3A
yes,
team.
Very, yeah. And Lopez, swing and a miss. So out number 2 goes down swinging.
5th K of the ball game for Nevadas, and so turn it back over to the top of the lineup.
I've got 6 written down. Did I
1,
overstate
2, 3,
1
4.
somewhere?
Yeah, it's just 5.
Just 5, okay. All right, so 2 outs and top of the lineup now as Leslie Corral, their shortstop up to the plate. Flinches on that, but it's high for ball number 1. 2 outs, nobody on. Lovington scored 1 run in their very first at bat and then stayed quiet until the bottom of the 4th inning. High fly ball headed out to center field. Aguilar coming in on that one, makes the grab for out number 3. That's it. A fly out to center field, position 8 for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. As Lady Wildcat softball continues, we'll have more on the way.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook. We go to the top of the 7th inning, and it's the bottom of the lineup for the Dexter Lady Demons. 7, 8, 9 due to the plate as Dexter has not managed to put a run across in this game, and they come into this game 6-1. A very good 3A team. And that is a very good pitch. Clips the outside corner for strike one. Call strike on Miles, the first baseman. Dodging on deck, Aguilar in the hole. Swing and a miss as she swung, and without even really looking at that, the ball was about halfway there. She was just anxious to hit. As the pressure's on, this is their final at bat, and they all want to get up there and get on base and be the hero. Swing and a miss, so strikeout.
Strikeout number 2 for Hernandez, and strikeout 7 overall for Lovington pitching.
And out number 1 in this top of the 7th inning brings up Jaya Dodgen, the right fielder. She had a pop fly out her last time up, struck out her first. She's over. Swing and a ground ball headed to third, scooped up by Ochoa and fired over to Lopez. A little high, but Lopez stretches up, gets it, no problem. So Dodgen hit the first pitch she saw, and 5-3 in the books for out number 2. And now Dexter is down to their final out in the top of the 7th inning as Lovington got a 6-0 shutout working here. They're looking to get the win, preserve the shutout, and try to get Isabella Aguilar out. She hits away. First pitch she sees, she's been doing kind of the slap from the left-handed plate, kind of the little slap shots, and swings away at that. Makes pretty good contact late around, though, and fouls it off out of play to the left for strike number 1. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th inning, Dexter down to their final out. Lovington looking to go up 6-4 on the season. That's going to miss high and outside for ball 1.
2 collective groans from the...
Right. Question is, I don't want to put the announcer's curse or the jinx on it, but question is, are they going to go up to 6-4 with a shutout, a 6-0 win tonight, or is Dexter going to mount a little 2-out rally and try to get a run, at least a run across? Another foul out of play to the left for strike number 2, 1-2.
You'd like to get the shutout tonight. Lovington, a long road trip here in a couple of days. They'll be going up to Albuquerque to take on St. Pius.
And then they'll be back to take on Hobbs here at Wildcat Field.
Yep, that'll be next Thursday, a week from tonight.
On April 2nd. And that's a hit straight away up the middle. So Aguilera with a single is on. And brings up top of the order, J.C. Sanders, second baseman, up to the plate. She singled and got put out as part of an attempted double play her last time up. Popped out and struck out. So 2 outs, a runner on first now. Swing and fouled off out of play. Well, back to, not out of play, but back to the screen. Toward the Dexter dugout for strike number 1.
Yeah, actually, that game in St. Pius tomorrow if they can get there due to the weather. So that's in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
they're turning around for an afternoon doubleheader tomorrow.
It is going to be a very windy day tomorrow. Wind advisory extended. And there's another one. This one is going to go to second base. Ruiz goes over, scoops it up, just tosses it to Corral, and just like that, this game is over. So from 4-6 in the books to get the lead runner, to get Aguilar there, 4-6 for the third out. Technically, Sanders reached on a fielder's choice.
Mm-hmm.
And that does it for the game. And it is a 6-0 win for Lovington, a shutout, as they go to 6-4 on the season now. And as you mentioned, with a long road game, a doubleheader no less, I guess, tomorrow. Is that it?
Yep.
Wow. So, and that game may or may not happen. I know all of our baseball and softball games through much of the state, and especially this corner, are sort of a question mark because of the high winds and the possible hazardous travel conditions. So we don't know what will end up getting played and what won't, but we do say that is scheduled. Good luck to the Lady Cats and safe travels if they do have to go up and play that game. So go ahead. If you want to wrap that up, we'll just do a quick wrap right in here.
All right. Final numbers in this one. The Lady Cats get the win. 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors committed, and they leave 4 runners out on the base paths. For the Dexter Lady Demons, no runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 7 on the base paths. Give the win today to the 8th grader Quiroga. Braylon Hernandez comes in and gets the save collectively. They put 3 on via the walk, and they struck out 7. Taking the loss was Navarez, who went the entire way, and she struck out 5 and walked nobody.
All right, so that'll do it. And Lovington looking good this week, and Lovington fans getting a treat to watch them twice in 1 week, and then we'll be back right here 1 week from today for the Hobbs-Lovington game, and that's going to be our first look at the Hobbs girls, too, when they're
You'll be
here.
solo on that one. I'll be doing Lovington baseball.
Right. So
I'll be over at Wildcat Park.
All right, so we'll be here. And hopefully you will be watching as well. You have been watching Lovington Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. For TJ Miracle, I'm Dawn Morgan saying congratulations to the Lady Cats. Safe travels back to Dexter, and good night, and thank you for watching.